Hey there, welcome again. Uh, Here's another small little entry in my little video blog here. Um, Essentially, what I want to convey this time around, I've often talked about, was, well, I might not have talked about it, but I'm going to talk about it this time, is the idea of the studium and punctum um, bringing out the attitude and energy of an era. Now, whenever Roland Barthes talked about the studio and punctum in particular in Cameron Lucida, he used studio and punctum for a variety of photographs, namely the one that I always found the best example was the one of the two special needs children in New Jersey, as you can see right here. I'm not going to really point out the studio and punctum because that would violate the idea of what Barthes is trying to get you to look for. But just take a moment to look at it and try to study the little details in there and try to find what it is that Barthes finds so fascinating as far as what tickled his fancy, or I should say punctum, as far as the photograph goes. Now, I didn't see it myself personally, but it took a minute with Barthes explaining what it was, and I was like, oh, okay. A photograph that I found interesting for me, that's also a telltale sign of an era, happens to belong to photographer Jenny Stern, otherwise known as Jenny Lens, who is well known for photographing the LA rock scene of the late 70s and early 80s. And she's well known, I've talked about it before in one earlier blog, photographing bands like West Coast bands like the Germs and the Weirdos and X and the Screamers. Um, she was in on the scene and was able to actually meet a lot of the forerunners of what constituted as the fathers and mothers of punk and alternative music, such as the Ramones and Blondie and Iggy Pop. Now, the image I'm about to show is of the Ramones in the original four-piece lineup of them from 1977 performing at the Whiskey A Go Go, and it's the original lineup of Joey, Johnny, Dee Dee, and the original drummer Tommy. This is probably before they went to England, but that's your music right there. Um, it's this image right here. I hope I can get it across well enough for you to see it, of the original four-piece lineup. And if I stand up, it might help. Now, I don't know if you can see it properly or not, but I'll tell you what actually attracted, what actually I found interesting for a studio standpoint about this photograph is that while the picture itself is silent, you can almost feel the telltale energy that exuded from a Ramones concert. Now, the Ramones have been broken up for almost 15 years, and with three of the original members dead, I doubt there's a sincere chance of a reunion. However, there is the numerous compilation CDs, their albums still being in print, bootleg of their concerts, live performances on video and CDs, all kinds of ways to get a chance to know what the Ramones sounded like and what they actually looked like live in person. And unfortunately, in this picture, you don't really get a chance to see a lot of the audience interaction, but just from a general, just from generally studying it, you can almost see a lot of what's happening in this picture because of the fact that a lot of people that actually went to the concerts will tell you that the Ramones were the way the Ramones played. They were fairly loud and fast, and that all you were assaulted by just this blast of almost white noise that came from Johnny's guitar, Tommy's drums, and Dee Dee's bass on top of Joe's vocals. Now, they didn't tend to stand around or do a whole. They didn't stand around or anything. So it was quite obvious that the Ramones at this early stage in their career were very energetic and go-getting. hair. And I guess that was kind of the punctum, is how Johnny's hair is just like mid whiplash, I could say. And if you look also, you can tell Dee Dee, the bassist, is also jumping. It's a mid jump, which is something he would want to do during concert. Another interesting thing that is little details I was probably following, so you probably find interesting, happened to be the fact that just Johnny's guitar is blue, and that blue tends to stand out and attract your eye, like your eye is automatically going straight to that blue guitar, as well as the fact that it's an unusual shape that you don't see a whole lot. As a, I guess you could say, a fair to middling musician myself, I find that very interesting as a visual contrast. Now, this guitar was stolen not too long afterwards and replaced by a white one, so that visual contrast was lost after a bit, was lost forever. But here, before it was stolen, you can tell pretty well that that would be the punctum, at least from my eye. Hopefully, I get to do a little bit more of these, and they'll be a lot better planned out. Um, that's about it. Bye.